Getting into some interesting territory here. So I'm going to let it play through this section. Micaiah, what's going on? I heard that you took ill on the field. Are you all right? What happened? What do you think, genius? Micaiah fainted because you've been pushing her too hard. She's terrified that she won't live up to your expectations. I didn't realize. I'm so sorry, Micaiah. According to the doctor, she is suffering from severe exhaustion. She must stay in bed for a time. Well, I'm glad she is all right. Do you think it will take long for her to recover? We must stop the Laguz after all. Our task is not complete. Okay, that's it. Are you out of your mind? I'm getting Micaiah out of here. At this rate, if the Laguz that we shouldn't be fighting don't kill her, you certainly will. But what? But you can't leave. Oh yeah? I'd like to see you stop me. I held out until now, thinking it was best for Dayan. I was wrong. We're through with you. Please, Soth, you must reconsider. Micaiah can't leave now. King Peleus, I agree with Soth. Let Lady Micaiah go. She has done enough. No, don't leave. Please. I'm begging you. I need Micaiah to stay. Peleus? What are you doing? This is his mother, if you don't recall, the former queen, Almeida. Our army cannot function without Micaiah. I can't let that happen. The army must continue the fight. Listen, I don't know what deals you've made with the Empire behind our backs, but I won't let you hurt her anymore. If Micaiah leaves the army, she will die. So now the king shows his true colors. Peleus, I don't care if you're the king. Threaten Micaiah again, and I'll kill you where you stand. Is that clear? She won't be the only one to die. You, me, every single person in Dayan will all die, and it's all my fault. Interesting talk now. Peleus, you didn't. You signed a blood pact, didn't you? You signed a blood pact with the Senate after you were crowned. That's why you've been so scared, so terrified as of late. Oh, my son. What is a blood pact? Micaiah sits up in bed and asks. Micaiah, you shouldn't try to. Please tell me, Your Majesty. What is a blood pact? I swear to you, I didn't know. I had no idea. What could be so urgent that the Empire's messenger would pay a visit at this hour? Has something happened? Getting a flashback. King Peleus, please prepare to receive Vice Minister Lacane. What? Poof. How do you do, King Peleus? How did you get here? Our Empire's magical research has made leaps and bounds. This rewarp staff is our latest invention. With this staff, one can get to any desired destination instantly. Isn't that just wonderful? Before this lovely little item, we used that ghastly warp powder. Ghastly. Before that, yeah. It worked well enough, but would completely exhaust whoever used it. What's the use of someone traveling anywhere they wish if they're too exhausted to do anything afterward? It'd take a very strong soldier to withstand the powder's side effects. The rewarp staff solves that problem. Vice Minister. Now I said too much. I just can't help myself. I love innovation so. If I may, what is the purpose of your visit? Oh yes, no time for idle chatter. We have a favor to ask of you, your majesty. As you are no doubt aware, the false apostle has raised an army of subhumans to reclaim her throne. We require the use of the Dayan army to wipe out this upstart Laguz alliance. Would you be so kind? I'm afraid I cannot deploy my army on Bainyan's behalf. My country cannot continue to rebuild while fighting a war. Please understand. So you reject our request? Then I've no choice but to watch you and your people perish slowly. What? You came here to make threats? The terms of our pact are quite clear in this document. And he holds up the document. That's the treaty I signed on the day of my coronation. I don't see how this pertains to... All will be made clear, young Peleus. Yes, this is the same document. You, my naive young king, signed it, believing it was an oath of reparation from Bainyan. Sadly for you, however. What are you telling me? In truth, this wonderful scrap of parchment is a blood pact. Once you sign the paper in blood, you can never break the terms of the pact. A blood pact? But Azuka said he saw no problems with the terms of the treaty. No. Azuka? No, how could he? That's right, Azuka is one of us. We knew that. He's evil. He found the perfect king who would execute the Senate's will. I can't believe it. I won't. You'd better start believing it. You've at least heard the stories of the forbidden blood pact, haven't you? It's a marvelous tool used by the wise to control the foolish. A ruler agreeing to the pact is bound to it. Absolutely. Once sworn, the pact will punish any transgression against its terms with the complete destruction of his country. You can't be serious. That's impossible. Calm yourself, young king, and listen. I'll tell you an interesting story. Long ago, a foolhardy king signed a blood pact with the empire to take back his lost kingdom. In exchange for his country, he vowed complete obedience. He soon broke the terms of the pact and began to disobey the empire. Presumably, he didn't understand the power of the oath he'd sworn. Would you like to hear what happened after he defied the empire's will? What? It was quite tragic. One man died on the first day. He was only a peasant, so no one really noticed. 2 more died on the second day. 3 more on the third day. I think you can see where this is going. The wave of mysterious deaths spread across the kingdom like a contagion. After 30 days, the king finally realized that this was the curse of the blood pact, the price of infidelity. He apologized to the empire and pleaded with them to lift the curse. His plea was graciously accepted on the 100th day. By then, the king had lost half of his subordinates, as well as his lovely wife and child. The country remained under the control of the Senate for a very long time. I hope I've made myself clear. No matter how you struggle, you have no choice but to follow the orders given you by the Empire. No matter how noble your motives, defiance against us will result in the death of your nation. This you must never forget. And one more thing. If you're considering seeking aid from outside of Dayan, think again. We have spies and informants in every corner of Teleus. We know immediately if you tell anyone. Interesting, huh? Okay, let me get this straight. Everyone in Dayan will die if you disobey the Senate? What a heavy burden. It cannot be. Show Mother the mark of your pact. It's true. This is the mark of a blood pact. My son has been deceived. Oh, give it up. You expect us to buy that ghost story? It's just something to scare little kings into eating their vegetables. Before you go shining Benyan's boots, get some proof of the Senate's claims. We've done enough here, Micaiah. Let's go. We'll find them out if that story, or we'll let them find out if that story is real or not. It's all true, Thoth. What? King Peleus and Queen Almeida are telling us the truth. It's hard to believe, but I can see it. My power hasn't gone away. It was just weakened from exhaustion. This is all so horrible. Now Dayan can never be free from the Senate's leash. Even if it's true, Micaiah, that doesn't mean you have to go to war again. We could leave Dayan. But without me, who would hold our forces together? Leaving the army would be the same as abandoning the people of Dayan. I won't do it. But I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. King Peleus, what then do you propose we do? Why, obey the Empire, of course. We have no other choice in the matter. As long as I follow the Senate's orders, no one will die because of me. No, I can't accept that. We have finally wrested our country back from the occupation forces. I'd rather be dead than have to bend to the will of the Empire. What are we, dogs? And now that Benyan is ordering Dayan troops into battle, we are treated as disposable pawns. Many Dayan citizens will die of this pact, whether we obey it or not. It would appear that I have been crowned king during the last days of Dayan. Follow or fight, the result is the same. We will be destroyed. With all due respect, Your Majesty, we can't give up. What? You heard me. The only way to really be doomed is to give up. Micaiah, there's no way out of a blood pact. None. What do you suggest we do? Look for a way out. I know Duke Lacane says the pact can't be broken, but of course he'd say that. King Peleus, you have the resources of an entire country to draw on, and the best of reasons to do so. Check the Royal Library, check the archives, somewhere. I'm sure you'll find something. Just don't give up. Micaiah, forgive me. I was so overwhelmed that I let myself give in to despair. But you're absolutely right. We can't give up just yet. We have people to save. Unfortunately, we don't have much time. Benyan will not put off triggering the blood pact until after we've found a way to break it. We can make time. If we take on the Empress and the Laguz forces, it'll look as if we're obeying the Senate. In the meantime, you can research the pact. All right, I'll start immediately. Just give me as much time as you can. Of course, we'll do our best to hold them back, whatever it takes.